Hi guys. Hey, look at this. It's like I'm on a roll. I just, I actually have managed to find a little time these last 3 days to do these videos. And since I have this insanely guilty conscience about doing videos and then stopping for almost a year, and now I'm trying to kind of make up for that, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it matters to anybody. But here I am, and I'm going to try to do a shorter video because I realize most of my videos are pretty long. Um but I'm going to also uh in the description box, provided everything works out the way I want to, I'm going to scan in some stuff that might help you. You can print it out and you can use it. Um, whatever you want to do with it. It's just some charts and some vocabulary and just different things. Uh, Nerdy side note, I've been working on writing a Latin textbook for the last 21 years. It's not done. And for the last 10 years, I really haven't touched it very much because, well, I have kids. So, yeah, kids take up a tremendous amount of time. But anyway, it gets a little attention here and a little attention there, and I worked on it really hard and really furiously when I was in college and grad school, and when I was still single, and then I got married and I had kids, and you know, life life changes. Um, so I'm gonna try to attach some things from my my textbook, and if it helps you, great. If not, well, sorry, I tried. Um, okay. So today I want to do third declension neuter because I'm not certain that I ever did the neuter in my previous third declension videos. So I want to do them today. They're not they're not super common. I mean, they are out there, so you do need to know them. But I would say masculine and feminine in third declension are much more common than the neuters are. But that does not give you a free pass and say, oh, well, I don't have to learn these. Yes, you do, because you will come across them. It's just that it's not going to be as often as you would a masculine or feminine. Um, so, first of all, I wish I wouldn't have labeled my board. I was trying to, kind of plan. Plan. Ah, this is usually very off the cuff. Actually, I'm not gonna do the neuter right away. I want to review third declension really fast. Okay, we're just going to do one third declension example. Okay, it's going to be a masculine, but the masculine and feminine do the same thing. Okay, usually when you see a third declension noun, you'll have masculine, feminine, and then you'll have neuter for the endings. They'll give you the masculine slash feminine endings. Try saying that 5 times fast. And then they'll give you the neuter endings because the masculine and feminine match. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna do rex regis. Okay, and that is masculine. It means king. Okay, we're just gonna break it down and look at how to find the stem. Okay, because in third declension, your stem is crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to move into the neuter, and I'm going to try to keep this video short because I need to spend time with my violin, and I didn't do it yesterday. And yeah, I'm working on a I'm working on a piece in G minor right now, and it's just interesting. So anyway, here we go. Third declension. Okay, we're gonna do rex, regis. Okay, brief recap. You get your nominative singular and you get your genitive singular, okay, in hopefully in your dictionary and in other places. These are the two parts they give you. They give you these two parts because you need this genitive singular in order to find your stem. Okay? You cannot very easily, at least, find your stem without this. Okay? And just so I can cover my bases and make sure I say it, when you're learning a new noun, learn the nominative singular and the genitive singular as part of your memory work. Okay, so if I'm going to memorize this vocabulary word, I'm going to memorize it. Rex, regus, masculine, it means king. Okay, if I'm doing the word for law, I'm going to do use, juris. Okay, it's neuter, it means law. Okay, things like that. Okay, so memorize your nominative and your genitive together as part of your definition for your vocab words, for nouns, and for adjectives too. Especially when you have three forms of your adjective, like pulcher, pulchra, pulchrum means beautiful. Okay, it's first and second declension. Those are all bits of information you should be memorizing as you learn new vocabulary. So here we go. We have our cases. We have nominative, we have genitive, we have dative, accusative, and we have ablative. And I'm sorry if my handwriting isn't awesome. I'm still working with this tiny board and I'm at a weird angle, which I could try to fix, but I'm not going to waste video time doing that. I'm just going to turn a little bit. So we know what our nominative singular and our genitive singular is going to be. Now, what we have to figure out before we start messing with this thing is where our stem is. For the third declension, you're going to find your stem by going to the genitive singular and you're going to take off the is. Your stem for this word is reg. Okay? That's your stem. And to that, we are going to add our endings. Okay? So, as you can see, Rex goes through a pretty substantial change. It's not predictable. None of the third declension that I know of is super duper predictable, other than the ones that end in NS. Those tend to follow a pattern, okay? These do too. If you're nerdy like me and you want to study the patterns, you can. There are books that will teach you why the X breaks down into a G. They'll teach you. If you have the time to study that stuff, go for it. I will tell you for free, because nobody cares, and because I like sharing information that nobody cares about. It used to be regs, regus. Okay? That's what it used to be. And like so many other words, they heard regs, 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 regs. Okay? If you say it fast enough and you say it sloppy enough, you get rex. Oh my gosh. What happened to that thing? Okay. You get rex. All right. So that's in a nutshell what happened. That's a little bit of the sort of morphology of this word. Okay. So reg is our stem. We're going to put our nominative singular, rex, genitive singular, regus. Now we have our stem, reg. Yeah. Okay. We need our ending. Okay, our dative singular ending in the third declension is I. Okay, so it's reggy. Okay, and we're going to put down our stem. Our accusative singular ending is em, regem. Okay, ablative, reggae, not reggae. It's not Jamaican music. Okay, it's reggae. Okay, all right, in the plural, we're going to have reges. Okay, and actually, if memory serves me correctly, this is a long E, it's reges. Okay, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Your genitive, okay, is ragoom. Okay. Kind of like ragu, the pasta sauce, but okay, my brain goes in weird directions to help me remember things. That's what you have to remember about me when I'm making these videos is that these are the strange, crazy things that my brain does so that I can remember all of these different things. Now, we're going to ride the I bus, okay? Regibus. Okay, here's the I bus. I happen to like it because it's something that's kind of hard to forget. Okay? You're going to see this one again, okay? And then you're going to see the I bus again, regibus. So there you have it. Okay? Woo. This is king. It's masculine because we're talking about a male person, so natural gender applies. Okay? And now we're going to do neuter. Now, neuter. Uh, it would be convenient to say that neuter things are always things, and it's true, but it's not extremely helpful in that we're still giving a gender to a thing, and not all things are neuter. Okay, mensa is a thing, it's a table, but it's feminine. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's convenient to say, well, it's neuter because it's a thing. Well, that's not really accurate because there are things that are feminine. There are things that are masculine. So, well, like, yeah, it's just it's neuter because it's neuter, and you can do your research on why Latin is the way it is if you want to. Um, but you can't just whittle it down to, well, it's neuter because it's a thing. You can't start thinking that. Because if you think that, then you're going to think of all things as neuter, grammatically speaking, in Latin. And it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work. So here we go. We're going to do neuter, and we're going to do nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. Singular and plural. Now, my neuter rule that I've mentioned at least once that I know of, my neuter rule still stands. Your nominative and your accusative are going to match, okay? And so in the singular, they're going to be the same. And then in the plural, they're going to be the same. And they're going to end in A, okay? Those are your neuter rules. And it's really helpful because if you know one, you know the other. Okay, so if you know those four, you've got 40% of your declension figured out. Oh, and by the way, they give you, hopefully, the nominative and the genitive. So you got another two. Well, you get another one because the genitive is the only one that you got out of that deal. But hey, you went from 40 to 50%. So yay, you got half of them. Okay. All right, we are going to do the word, we're going to do the word law because I brought it up earlier and it works. Okay, so use. Juris. Okay, this is the word for law, and it is, in fact, neuter. Now, when you see this N, that's a little bit better. Okay, when you see this N in parentheses after an entry, it typically means the gender. It doesn't mean noun, although this is a noun. It typically, they're trying to clue you in on gender. I don't know that that's a hard, fast rule for every time you see it, but a lot of the time you'll see it and it just means the gender. And you'll see M in parentheses, you'll see F in parentheses. They're trying to tell you the gender. So again, we have a weird thing that happens between the nominative singular and the genitive singular. This is not predictable, okay? So we're still going to find our stem the same way. We're going to take the is off of our genitive singular, okay? That guy's gone. So your is your stem, okay? That's your stem for law, okay? And then from here, we're going to put on our endings. Now remember that your nominative and your accusative are going to be the same, okay? So it's time to have some fun. So we have use, okay? If we know the nominative singular, we will know the accusative singular down here. We have urus, okay? We have uri, and here we're going to have use again, okay? And then ure. Good so far? Okay. And then we're going to have ura ending in a. That's going to happen again in the accusative, okay? You're going to have your room. Do not let that fool you into thinking that this is an accusative in the second declension. That's a big temptation. Don't go there, okay? We have uribus. We have ura again, ending in a. Neuter rules, okay? And we have uribus. We have to ride the I bus, okay? So this is your declension for third declension, neuter. Neuter, neuter, neuter. Okay. Let me see if I have any others. I spotted an error on my on my chart here that I made for myself. So that's always good. Let's do one other one. I got another one here that I can use. I have to fix that error because it's driving me nuts. All right. Let's do another one. Let's do the one for song or poem. I'm going to erase the title for now. The video will be labeled, so don't fret if you're worried that you won't be able to see what I'm doing. The video will have a title, so you will know what you're walking into. All right, so nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. Okay, I don't know why I only put a period after ablative and not after the others. We're going to do Carmen. Carminis. This is the word for song, poem. It's got a few different uses. But anyway, you'll see this a lot in like operas and stuff like that. They'll refer to things with a Latin title. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Usually if it's opera, they're taking the Italian, but the Italian looks like Latin because it is the closest relative, so to speak. It's, it's like the geographical distance was very small because Rome is in Italy and Rome is where Latin came to be. And so, the stuff that happened in Italy is going to have less of a geographical and cultural difference. And so you're going to have less change. All right. Anyway, so song or poem, this is neuter. Okay. I know we like to think of songs and poetry as being feminine, but it's not. All right. So here we go. We're going to find our stem by taking the is off. And this is our stem right here. Okay. This is our nominative singular. This is our genitive singular. So we have Carmen, Carminis. Okay. Now our stem, Carmin. Does anybody remember what the dative singular ending is going to be? I. Okay? Does anybody remember what the accusative singular is going to be? It's already up on the board. We're just playing matchy-matchy. It's going to be Carmen again. Okay? Remember, these guys are going to match. Okay? Carmen, Carmen. You got two of them right there. All right, ablative. Carmen. There you go. Making sense so far? Okay. Carmen. What do the plurals end in the nominative and the accusative? A. Carmina. And we have carmenum, Carmen, riding the ibus. Okay. And then we have Carmina, because we have to match. Match, match, match. And we have the ibus again. Okay, riding that ibus. All right. So there you have it. The word for song or poem. And it's neuter. This is third declension. Third declension is a huge family, so get really, really cozy with it because you'll see it a lot. Adjectives, nouns, all of it. It's expansive. So it's one of the harder, I think, one of the harder memorizing tasks in Latin, but it's fairly easy to identify. I mean, when you see it, you get a sense after a while of, okay, well, it follows a pattern that I recognize, so it's third. But yeah, it's an exposure thing as well as a memorizing thing. What I want to do in my next video is I want to do a little translating, and I'm gonna pull. I think I'm gonna pull some short, not stories. Well, sort of stories. Yeah, I guess you could say stories. I want to pull some short little snippets and put them up and then work through them together. Some somewhat sanitized for your protection Latin, but it's good practice just to put all of the things that you know together. And I will try to be prepared with maybe a little vocab help because some of the vocab I'm sure I haven't hit in my videos. And so I can't really hold you responsible for it unless your teacher is teaching those words. But that's what I want to do for my next video. And then we're going to move on with more new information. Not that that's not new, it kind of is, but more grammar after that. So that's kind of my plan. I don't know. Maybe it'll work out, right? I mean, sometimes my plans prevail and sometimes people just laugh at me while I fumble around and mess everything up. But anyway, if you have questions or comments or concerns or grievances or recipes or answers, put them in the comment section down below and I will get back to you. And I'm going to try to scan in some, I hope, helpful little charts and vocabulary and things like that that you can use. You can print it out if you want it, or you can just ignore it. It's free, so you don't have to buy it from me. Who knows? Maybe in another 20 years I'll actually get my book published, and then you will have to buy it. Of course, by then, if you're still studying Latin, you won't need my book. Anyway, I will talk to you guys maybe tomorrow, but I doubt it because we're going out of town tomorrow. But that's okay because it gives me time to prepare something. So maybe my next video will be less off the cuff. Wouldn't that be a nice change? I will see you guys later. Bye.